Well, 2017 was a very eventful year in the BC mining industry. We saw a great resurgence in commodity prices here in British Columbia, especially on our two main commodities, which are copper and steel-making coal. So that's a very positive impact for the province. We are Canada's largest producer of copper, largest exporter of steel-making coal. So very significant in that side of things. We think that this industry has a real opportunity in British Columbia to contribute to the prosperity of the world, and importantly, to contribute to our lower carbon economy. The commodities that we produce here in British Columbia, predominantly copper and steel-making coal, are really the fuel for the lower carbon economy. You think of electric cars, you think of wind turbines, you think of solar panels. Those are the raw materials that go into those products come from BC mines. So we're really engaging with government to talk about what that opportunity is for this industry that is so foundational to British Columbia to continue to contribute. 2017 did see a resurgence in our main commodities prices here in British Columbia. We did have a cycle of about 4 or 5 years of quite low prices, which was very challenging for industry and led to several mine closures. So we are optimistic that we're through the tough part of the cycle and that we're into another positive cycle. And especially when you look at that demand side that we hope to see globally, we really think the opportunity is there. The BC mining industry are leaders. We're leaders in environmental management, we're leaders in Indigenous relations. We are a hub of innovation. We have excellent ports with quick access to Asian markets. We have everything in place to be an incredibly successful jurisdiction, and we continue to engage with all of our stakeholders, including the government, to talk about what the opportunities are for British Columbia, and therefore we need those timely decisions to be able to make those investments. I think it's really important to note that British Columbia is a trade-exposed jurisdiction. We're a fairly small jurisdiction of 4 million people amongst a sea of 7 billion people in the world. So when we look at our jurisdiction, we have to think in that global context, and what happens in the rest of the world is incredibly important. So what's happening south of the border, what's happening in Asia, and of course what's happening here in Canada, they're all very, very important. So you think of things like Brexit, you think of things like NAFTA negotiations, and you think of the global discussions that are going on about trade, those directly impact British Columbia. Mining is a unique industry in British Columbia in that we touch every single part of the province, from urban to rural, all across the regions. And importantly, that's the conversation and the opportunity that I see for our industry moving forward. In talking about the human capital that we have, the innovation that's happening out there, the fact that there's gaming companies out there that are trying to get into the mining space because they see an opportunity to innovate with our miners. Mining is a technology industry. And so I really think that engaging with British Columbians in that way to talk to them about what this industry has provided, is providing now, and will provide into the future is really our opportunity 2018 and beyond. And we look forward to those conversations. We need to ensure that investors see this province for the great place that it is to invest, that they see that we have excellent environmental standards, that we have an excellent regulatory system, that we have excellent Indigenous relations, and that we have an excellent hub of innovation that we have here in the province of BC. So we need to continue to get out there and talk about our industry to the general public, to regulators, to Indigenous people, and talk about what the opportunities are. This is a real pivotal time in the mining industry here in British Columbia and globally, but especially here in BC, because we do have that opportunity with our commodities, predominantly copper and steel-making coal, to contribute to that lower carbon economy.